Turd Tips by Turd Nugent. Hey, what's up, Turdlings? We're playing some Last Fortress Underground, and today we're looking at combat heroes. Specifically, which ones should you play for Season 0? For those of you who are new to the game, Season 0 is roughly the first 2 months. As you progress in the game, your lineups will change based on what heroes you acquire or rank up, etc. So, this video should serve as a general guide to give you some direction for understanding what heroes to use when. Since most of your hero acquisition is going to be done through the satellite nexus, let's start there. Now, recruitment points are the most common way you're going to be acquiring heroes. If we click on this little exclamation mark, it's going to tell us how common different heroes are to acquire. So these top heroes here are very rare to acquire. They're also very powerful. And as we go down the list, we'll see heroes become more and more common. Uh, Never ever use these bottom gray heroes here for anything. You pretty much just scrap those. The green heroes are very, very common, but they're also pretty weak. And as you go up this list, the heroes generally become more powerful depending on their abilities and some other factors, which we'll get into. Gathering heroes are who we'll be using to collect resources from mines, quarries, and mints around the world. There are a total of 8 gathering heroes in Season 0, most of which you should be able to acquire pretty easily, except David, who can only be acquired through the Crystal Wheel event. All of these gathering heroes increase your truck's capacity to carry resources by 100 per each of these heroes in that truck. And that works whether you're sending them to mine or to attack a fortress. All of these heroes have an ability that increases your gathering speed, except for Irma, who has an ability that increases your gathering capacity even further. Park and David's gathering speed abilities increase your gathering speed even faster than the rest of these heroes do, so make sure they are in your gathering lineup if you have them. You will need to upgrade these heroes to orange tier in order to unlock their gathering abilities, with the exception of David. David comes standard with his ability already. It's pretty easy to upgrade these heroes to orange tier. The game does have some guides on that, as well as there's plenty of content on YouTube and on the web, so we won't be discussing that here today. Destruction heroes are used to capture cities for your alliance. There are 4 destruction heroes in the game. All 4 of these heroes you will need to rank up to orange tier in order to unlock their destruction ability. Speed heroes increase the movement speed of the truck that they're part of the lineup in. You can use speed heroes to increase the speed of your truck in your destruction lineup when capturing a city, or you can use them in your gathering lineup to help your truck get to and from resources faster. It's generally best to use a full truck of gathering heroes, but if you're using multiple trucks and don't have enough gathering heroes to fill them all, you can use speed heroes to supplement them. Speed heroes will also need to be ranked up to orange tier in order to unlock their ability. Doris and Kate are the best speed heroes, as their abilities provide the fastest speed to your trucks. You do not need to level up gathering, destruction, or speed heroes, as you likely will not be using them in combat. You can increase the effectiveness of their abilities using medals as you acquire them. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the combat lineup. In every combat lineup, there's 2 different roles. You have your defensive heroes in the front and your offensive heroes in the back. There's no such thing as a best hero or best lineup, because that is determined by who you have acquired and how much you have been able to rank them up. Some heroes are certainly more powerful than others, but if you're unable to rank them up, they're not going to be very powerful in comparison to other heroes that you have been able to rank up. In my lineup here, we have Kin, who is at max rank, and Marlin, who is at a much lower rank. Marlin is generally a better hero than Kin, but with Kin's rank, he's a much better hero in my lineup right now than Marlin is. So, which hero am I supposed to be investing in if I don't know which hero I'll be able to rank up? With most hero tier lists you'll find online, they rank heroes by which is most powerful at maximum level and maximum rank. But as you saw with my heroes, I'm at about the end of season 0, and I don't have any max level heroes, and Kin is my only max rank hero. So I took a different approach to this tier list. I thought about when I was first starting the game and what would help me out to know what heroes I should be focusing on. My first recommendation is Kin. If you're in a good alliance and you do your alliance missions every week, you can get Kin from the alliance shop. The alliance shop refreshes every week, so you can buy a Kin shard every week. This will not only let you acquire Kin, but it'll help you rank him up really fast. I'm in the number 1 alliance on my server, and if we take a look at the alliance mercenaries, we can see who my alliance has for top heroes. Not all top heroes will be in this list, but it's a generally good reference to see who your alliance's best heroes are. Right now, there's about 4 or 5 max rank Rebeccas in this alliance. With Kin, there's about 8 or 10 max rank. As we can see, there's only 6 heroes total that anybody has at max rank. And all of these others, there's only 1 or 2 heroes at that max rank. So there's far more max rank Kins than any other hero in my alliance. For A tier heroes, if you're lucky enough to acquire enough shards to rank them up, Laurel, Benson, Blanche, and Marlin are going to be your most powerful heroes, though these 4 heroes are all very rare to acquire. Kelly and Rebecca are also listed as A tier heroes because they target the enemy hero with the lowest agility. When you're facing a player who doesn't know what they're doing or an NPC, this usually means you're going to be killing their damage dealers first. Wiping out the enemy damage dealers before dealing damage to their tanks usually means that you're going to win the battle. These 2 heroes aren't quite as powerful as the other 4 heroes in the A tier. However, they're easier to acquire, so you will likely rank them up much faster than the other heroes. Rebecca, you can also guarantee to acquire through the satellite fairly early. In the B tier, we have 2 support heroes, Jesse and Alyssa. Jesse's a healer and Alyssa is a shielder. Generally, it is better to have 3 damage dealers in your backline than 2 damage dealers and a support hero. However, for circumstances like Expedition, having a healer in your lineup is extremely valuable. Additionally, when killing zombies or mutated, having a healer in your lineup reduces the number of troops that you lose in that battle. When using their abilities, both of these heroes target the hero in your lineup with the lowest current HP. Alyssa's shield is slightly more powerful than Jesse's heal. However, in certain circumstances, it is better to have healing than a shield, especially for circumstances like Expedition or killing zombies, because healing HP that's already lost can be better than putting a shield on a hero that may not receive another attack. This is, of course, circumstantial depending on which of these heroes you're able to rank up more. A higher rank hero is generally better. I would try to avoid using heroes from C or D tier unless you are really unable to rank up 3 heroes for your main lineup from S, A, or B tier. I did not include heroes that start out with green or blue backgrounds in this list, as they are very common, but they are generally much, much weaker than the rest of the heroes in this list. For defensive heroes in your front line, I highly recommend Harmon, Bolton, or Roland. Enrique is probably just as good as these three. However, you can guarantee to acquire Harmon, Bolton, and Roland shards throughout Season 0. Harmon can be acquired through the Alliance shop. You will be acquiring fragments 25 at a time, and you need 50 to make a shard. So you will get one Harmon shard every 2 weeks. Through time, Harmon will likely become your highest rank defensive hero, unless you're lucky acquiring other heroes. Bolton and Roland can both be acquired through exploration. Bolton first, and I believe you acquire more Bolton shards than you do Roland. Also, once you progress out of Season 0 and into Season 1, Bolton becomes available in the Alliance shop. Ideally, you will have two of the four heroes in S or A tier in your main lineup as your defensive heroes in the front line. However, if you struggle to acquire or rank up these heroes, you can look to B or C tier heroes to fill their spots until you are able to rank them up. The heroes in B tier can be very effective early on, as you can acquire a lot of shards for them and rank them up very quickly. However, as the game progresses, these heroes will start to fall off in effectiveness, and you'll be wishing that you had not ranked them up so that you could use their shards to rank up other heroes instead. The support heroes in C tier can substitute as tanks if you are unable to rank up Harmon, Bolton, Roland, or K. These two heroes become more effective at tanking if you equip them with tank gear when you acquire it. I would try to avoid using heroes in D tier, as they're much less effective at tanking than the heroes listed above. However, they can substitute if they're ranked up high enough, but it's always best to avoid wasting shards on subpar heroes if you can avoid it. This concludes the detailed guide to Season 0 combat heroes. If you have questions about what was covered in this video, or have recommendations for other videos you would like to see on this channel, please leave them in the comments section below. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe. To all you turdlings out there, thank you for watching, and stay solid.